Even though the band is martial arts, he has a precious sword. It's like fish meets water, dragons meet clouds. But in martial arts, there is another great sword. It is called the sword. If you get it, the way to become the head of the world, it won't be far. Just a word from this blind woman has caused the villainous to stir up for gangster pools. The sword the blind woman spoke of, it has unimaginable power. So sharp that it slashed iron like mud, contains heavenly power. Every blow, like thunder tearing through the sky. They can defeat the enemy in the blink of an eye. It belongs to the owner, the martial arts master. But since the day the martial arts master suddenly died and fell into the wind, small and large groups are like hungry tigers, competing for the title of Min Master, power and fame, to make people without any tricks. Blood-dyed Red River Lake. To achieve the goal, they're ready to send Gao, close the righteous swordsman, eliminate all obstacles at the root. Among them, the worst and most cruel person is the Emperor, the King of Hell. The West is in contact with anyone who dares to hinder it, even if it's a potential threat. They will be erased from the world without hesitation that day. Dudeline is a bamboo code of the late state manager Tom. After hearing that the old man died, I was alone on my way to the end to visit the dead. No doubt in the middle of the road, she was ambushed by the assassins of the King of Hell. They killed the driver first, and then they all blasted right into the carriage. Decided to take the lives of women, but they didn't expect that, even though I've been hiding. But Dudeline is still a master of that. A martial arts body that's hard for AI to touch. In the middle of a fierce fight, a masked guest suddenly appeared. Duline's support sword. They kill the guests. In the battle, he accidentally knocked off a man's mask. He panicked, threw out his weapon, and fled. When you're ready, the rest of the group fell at the hands of the guests. The mystery has not yet opened its thanks. He was gliding away. Now in the West, King Ju's men caught a strange girl. When they are brought in front of the owner, she calmly said that I have long admired his talent and temperament. Now I look forward to joining the group. Zone Pluto. When I heard the beauty's flattering words, I laughed. As rich as he meets the bountiful season. But at the right time, the girl suddenly drew her sword to take the life of the owner. Unfortunately, she underestimated. Surrounded by a series of players, the King of Hell himself is the greatest. Dealing with a young martial arts girl, it's like crushing an ant. She knew she was not a rival, and the girl immediately in the middle of a desolate forest. False disciples close to the owner blocked the road. A blind woman just met him. The sword was about to end, but the old woman calmly spoke. Lead me to the owner. I'll show him something very precious that you are looking for. At that time in the capital, Dudeline has set foot in Lai Tomb White. Here she met the chief of the late state. Through his words, Dudeline recently learned that since the day of the White Grave, in a row, many righteous swordsmen were assassinated. Yourself on the way here, not a few times escaped death in a short space of time. Everyone knows that the man behind it is the King of Hell, who are trying to take over the world. Dream of becoming a martial arts master. Just put my foot in. Dudeline Hall. Then he saw the sword of Li Tongba. They are placed in the middle of the Recall house. The past events with the killers on the road. She knew that the sword would become a prey. It's like a fire near a straw. She advised him to hide it soon, to avoid bringing calamity into the body. Meanwhile in the West, Link the enemy brought the blind woman to the front. The state of the old woman seemed to see through his heart. I just met the owner. Martial arts is like that. He has a precious sword. But in martial arts, there is another great sword. If you get it, the way to become the head of the world, it will be shorter than ever. Listen to hear. The King of Pluto's eyes lit up with excitement. The old woman slowly revealed. The sword is now at the top, a place of high security. It's not easy to break in. But then with a scheming tone, she gave the book. Let the false virgin steal it. At first I heard the blind woman. He asked the way to steal the sword. The owner frowned and refused. In his eyes, the enemy's martial arts were This mission is dangerous. It's like stepping into a tiger cave. I'm afraid that one doesn't come back. But the blind woman, to calmly say that between the enemy and the sword, there's a mysterious connection. Only you can win it, you hear. The King of Hell sighed and nodded. Decided to take a risk. That night, after the funeral was completed. Graves everywhere fall asleep. The enemy quietly sneaked into the room, but as soon as it's about to happen, another shadow also appeared, a mysterious swordsman. It also seems to target the sword. The steel light flashed. Two strangers immediately engaged in a battle. Every trick is to get the treasure. No one gives up. The match was so intense that many fans almost made a noise. Through contempt and deep inner power, they both kept it quiet until, when a ceramic vase is knocked over, breaking apart, breaking the silent night. The sound echoes that the people of the locator immediately arrived. My brother and sister were also quickly present. Just a few dimensions. Counterfeit with limited bravery has been restrained and the female thief Kia, in the chaos, cleverly hiding the sword, remove the veil and blend in with the guests in the UNG Dung escape. The enemy sees all the boiling desire to denounce. There is no evidence in hand. Gritted his teeth and swallowed hatred, silently tied The defense is escorted away. A view. Suddenly, I saw the shadow of a familiar woman. She was surprised to ask why she was here. She said that her name was Snowvase. You hear the noise. Visited temps. You run to the rescue. Hear that Dudeline temporarily shelved doubt. And then when the 2 billion martial arts, Snowvase confidence, think that you are strong enough to beat the women who have on the mountain, but only one hand. The Lord sent her to the grave. force her to realize that she was still immature. From the initial arrogant gaze, the Snow looked at her with admiration. Immediately suggest the master finish Talene. Shaking my head, I'm only here for a while, and will leave. He advised her to find another master. The next morning, I strongly advise you to leave the government by the people of the King of Pluto last night. This place is no longer safe. But perplexed, resolutely he said it was his father's will at the time of his birth. I want you to stay and protect the city. Protect the sword with your own life. To keep the promise, I asked you to stay. Help me protect the sword. She accepted and agreed to let the Snow stay. He promised to teach her martial arts. They both immediately thought of another plan. Send a request for help across the reputation of the grave when which is respected by the martial arts. Newsland remote. Not long after someone showed up is the lone wolf swordsman. People who have helped Talene when she was ambushed by the assassin of the king. On the road after receiving the notice, the lone wolf continues on the way. He stopped at a bar. Here some gangsters noticed him. Carrie, according to the summons of the locator. To cause trouble here, they stole the notice. Call more people to block the way. They decided not to let the whole world go. I thought this lone man was easily oppressed, or even when the situation is tense. Many swordsmen from all over appeared claiming to be on the side of the devil. Just a shout. The two sides immediately rushed into each other. The sword of light flashed blood into the rain. Opening for a bloody battle. Shake the water. In the middle of the highway, the moves are rolling out. Huang sword as fast as rain, essay sharp as thunder. Va steel sound into Chanchet steel. The fire is bright, reflected in the cool red eyes of those who are drunk with blood. The others only have a big mouth. Shouting out of the way is a mess. While the lone wolf is sitting cross-legged, 5 raise your hand. Lift your feet. I don't know how many people fell to the ground. No need to touch the sword on the side. Boy, only using contempt and internal force. Like grass swept by the wind. This makes the rest of you jump in. Be careful too. Again with the help of righteous swordsmen, plus the best young solo. He quickly defeated the enemy leader. Soon enough, the umbrellas have dispersed, running around like chicks losing their mothers. Meanwhile, the Snow is officially out. Talene accepted as a disciple. The first few days of training, but I haven't won a woman swordsman once. Famous for a while. Through the skill of the disciple, Talene seems to guess the identity of the master. In front of the Snow, but when asked, she said coldly that he had died a long time ago. She wants to find a new master. A few days after poisoning, Lang and the group of swordsmen came to focus. At first I was glad that there were more allies. But when you see the wolf, her face drops suddenly and quietly returned, leaving everyone's stunned eyes. Turned out over 25 years ago, Talene and Dueling once had a marriage, but once heard the news of the lone wolf killed in battle. She's kept it that way so far. I doubt today those who thought they were lost reappear in the flesh. Slowly, though there is a marriage. You know, in Tim, Talene only gives love to the grave. A few years ago in a duel with Ju Yan, King was thrown down the cliff, lucky to survive, but deliberately faking death just He's a friend and his best friend, Li Tamba. It's been 25 years since we first met again. Maybe he thought the wolf had lied to him. I don't want to see the old man's face anymore. I can't believe that when I pretend to be dead, they don't come together. That night when we were both going over the old story in the yard, the Snow is now quietly approaching the cage. The fallacy when he's sleeping. You're about to end a life sentence. But I don't know why when the sword is on my neck, you can't do it. In fact, the enemy doesn't pretend to close your eyes to see what the Snow is doing. He didn't understand why even if he had the chance. Meanwhile too, it is also expressed with poison. My feeling about Wei Fang and Snow Vase, even though the Snow Vase was her student, but in her eyes there are always dark patches. Hard to guess. Through the previous moves, Snow Vase, you realize that you are a student of Han, Mike, the one who betrayed. He is dead even though he has been dead for a few years. We still need to be careful about because Snow. They don't know the real purpose. What is the Snow doing here? What about the false side? He came here to steal the sword. Again, I see you as a kind person. There is no evil. The first night in the studio was peaceful, but on the second night it started. At this time, the King of Hell and his followers destroyed Where to Go is carnage. Their main goal is still to cover the target, because there's the sword they need. Just in case they show up unexpectedly. Talene and Dueling assigned guard duties. Midnight that day, when everyone is asleep, some swordsmen were guards detect abnormal signs. Tulin and Dulong also quickly There are people loitering. Immediately order the guards to hit on the alert. Of course, not long after the first assassins appeared, because they were prepared in advance. Everyone was this time they come with determination. Take the sword at all costs. It's freezing and moving so fast. Force radiating into response troops. Link and Lonely quickly coalesced into a matching pair. Only a few moves made the enemy fall. Right now in the main yard, the Snow also drew its sword. The first person you came to was the enemy. Guess who came in tonight? It's definitely related to you. But when you're both talking, an assassin from behind suddenly rushed. She came to know where the sword was hidden. Kia didn't get the sword. The blind woman came first, but when she opened the box, the sword is gone. Right after she appeared and immediately fought with him. At the same time, confusion she was taken hostage by her blind woman cold voice. Forced to leave. Give me the sword. Otherwise, his life will be lost. They still want to find a way to negotiate, but she lost her patience. Hand out with immediate confusion. He hit her almost every hour. The end of the day is because of that sword. He killed my parents years ago. I'm here today to collect a blood debt. Outside, the assassins are still killing. Few people of the Bureau died. Sweetie and Lean, though, they try their best. But eventually, when the enemy retreated, they also recognized for a sword. Too many brothers died unjustly. Even the dead died because of it. This makes it very painful. She decided to take the sword and leave to end the blood. Poison Lang, stop. I think going out now is like going into a cave. Tiger of life. The king is hiding everywhere. This place is safer, even though After they retreated, they left the enemy behind. The snow came to me and revealed a secret. Who nurtured the false side from a young age? My mother taught me martial arts. It's just not my father. Your mother is also a teacher, and the adoptive mother of Snow Vase. It's Han Mai. In the past, Han Mai was born in a deep sleep. The boy was replaced by a girl. When you know the truth, despite the extreme pain, you still can't leave the baby to raise and teach martial arts. That girl is the Snow. However, Han Mai never gave up on finding her son. Unfortunately, in time to fight with the Pluto Zone, she was seriously injured and died. Before she died, she froze with snow. Find him. If he grows up nice, let him live in peace. If it becomes a bad person, kill it. I hear that. The Wayside is very confused. I don't know whether to believe it or not. The Snow's eyes, it makes me feel like what you say is true. Then Snow Vase found Tulin. She knew the master was going to leave and tried to stop him. I advise you to stay. Tulin firmly refused. She asked to come along, but was also rejected. I saw that master did not trust the Snows. Tulin said straight. Even if I don't, I still know who your former teacher was. I can't trust you to take me, Theo. The Snow now confessed. Come here this time. Her only goal is to get the sword to kill her. The king avenged his master. The more I listen, the more determined I am to stop. The Snow Vase is forever bound in the hatred of life. The night before you left, she and everyone dropped the lights to remember. The swordsman sacrificed for the sake of the Ming sword. Everyone knows that you can't convince him to stay. So one person in the group volunteered. He kept the sword all night, so you can rest before tomorrow's trip. But something unexpected happened that night. First of all, Snow Vase sneaked to the cage and released Wei Fang Ra. I don't want to leave. By understanding, if you come back without a sword in your hand, just looking for a way to die. The Snow Vase said that I only did according to the master's will. I advise you to fly away. Don't go back to the west. The enemy promised to follow suit, but not alarm bells ringing all over the locator. The sword has been stolen, and the alleged culprit is the false Snow Vase is very surprising in 7 hopes. Get the sword. The enemy immediately ran into the forest to escape. It's not that far. You were stopped by a lone wolf before you struck. Give me a chance to turn around. But the defense hasn't changed its mind. Force you to move. Just then, an old man appeared. He is the master of the dragon. 2 high players join forces with him. Light as a cloud, as fast as the wind, as sharp as a straight knife. It makes it difficult for the enemy to kill while the elders fight. Unfortunately, the enemy fell into the Even if you can leave, the devil still saved me. But that didn't make the gray-haired old man forgive him. The match continues without end. After a while, the enemy woke up. The master handed him the sword and told him to run away. Use your life to protect it. You have no choice but to listen. As soon as you left, Master has fallen under the sword of the lone wolf. Even if you beat a martial artist, the dog was also seriously Fortunately, injured. She showed up and treated him. After getting the sword, the enemy immediately brought it back to the west. The king of hell just saw the sword. It's very exciting. Go ahead and take it. But surprise, take the sword out of the bag, then rush straight to your hands. I want to take this opportunity to avenge my mother's death. But though NT0 martial arts versus an old fox, rolling around the lake for years like the Pluto Zone, I'm still like a green grape that hasn't ripened yet. Fortunately, at the right time, the swordsman and swordsman appeared from the outside, plunge into combat with the minions taking the opportunity. The enemy immediately fled. Give up the stage for the solo. The king of hell was very surprised because he can't believe a man who died at his hands many years ago again. He immediately rushed in, decided this time to carve a tombstone for the outside to associated with Tuet Vase to undertake the payment of all his subordinates. Once again, I met the blind woman. The one who murdered is confused. You want revenge, determined not to let her live one more day. Even though she's practicing cloning, with rich experience, you just need a trick to send her up. About the snow bottle, she's facing a female assassin who fought last time. Both of them are young, but they are good at martial arts. The trick is smooth as silk. Last time the snow was 7. This time luck is on your side. Swords through the hole. The snow hit a little. Let the opponent fall in place. When the enemy falls, it was also when the snow was seriously injured. Now the useless disciples. The king of hell almost died. On the main stage, there are only 2 left. Him and the wolf. After hundreds of moves, the 2 are still inconclusive. The king of hell is still arrogant. I will not let you see the sun tomorrow. Of course, when the king put all his power, he pulled the knife straight to the point of killing. With just one stroke, it was then he put his own life in the hands of his opponent. The devil had predicted this plan. Immediately export the sword path accurately through Tim to completely end his conspiracy to claim the gang. At the end of the film, those who are alive to protect there is only contact. Snow Vase and Wei Fang. No one knows the future. Will there be more like him? Pluto or not, but one thing's for sure. To keep the peace, there will be genuine swordsmen everywhere. He is willing to use his life to protect the sword, to protect the peace of the world to the end. This scene is also the end of the movie. How do you feel about this movie? Please leave a comment and let me know if you see, or give yourself a like and a channel subscription to support more videos to send to you. Thank you very much and see you.